Good look at the stadium. And just a reminder that New York Yankees baseball is brought to you in part by Hoover. Nobody gets the dirt like Hoover. Nobody. Hi, Grandmom and Grandpop. Love Christina and can't read that second. Billy, okay.
And it doesn't say send money.
Here is Tim Raines, who is 1 for 2 with a run scored. Brocious and Girardi to follow. Bottom third of the Yankee order. And the bottom third has scored 3 of the 4 runs for the Yankees against LaTroy Hawkins as he works into his 6th inning. Timing broke down. Raines steps out. You see the score, 4-2 Yankees. Took a little off the breaking ball, drops it in for a call strike to Raines.
Last inning we flashed some American League scores, and Al Trotwig made the comment, Baltimore in the lead. They're back in the race. Kenny, I don't think I've ever heard postseason discussion this early in the season. Here we are on August 12th.
Solid line drive single for Tim Raines. That'll be his 2nd hit of the afternoon, and he's on with a leadoff base hit. Raines is on. Brocious will come to the plate, but before he does, fans, you might want to play ball with the Yankee legends, Ford, Hunter, Gossage, Nettles, and many more. They're all-time Yankee greats. New York Yankees Fantasy Camp, January 16th through 22nd. 1999 at the Yankee Spring Training Home, Legends Field in Tampa, Florida. You have to be age 30 or older. Space is limited. $4,295. Proceeds benefit the Yankee Foundation. Call 1-800-368-CAMP. Here is Brocious. Singled home a run as he fouls the first pitch back. He also scored in the 4th inning, and that base hit stretched a hitting streak to 6 games for Scott Brocious, who's making a little rebound. His average dropped into the 280s. Now he's got it back up to 292. For most of the first half of the season, he was hitting over 300. Raines at first with nobody out. You have to watch him closely. And that'll bring a ball and a strike to Brocious. Raines has stolen 7 out of 10. And we'll have to watch and see how well LaTroy Hawkins pays attention to him. How well he actually holds him on. Does he use the slide step? Raines is probably getting a read on him the first couple of pitches. Fairly high leg kick. Breaking ball misses. The count is 2-1.
And nowadays, Kenny, a pitcher doesn't even get to decide when he makes a slide step. More often than not, someone in that dugout will flash a sign. Tom Kelly, Javier Valentin is looking at him, and then this sign will tell Hawkins slide step, regular move, throw to first, step off.
Oh, the benches have really taken over. Raines is going, and the pitch is fouled off.
I think Tony La Russa started it with those good Oakland A's teams, and the philosophy was take all of the worries out of the pitcher, particularly with so many young, inexperienced pitchers in the major leagues today. Take all of the worries off of their shoulders about the running game, and the dugouts control the running game. Let's see now with a 2-2 count what Tom Kelly has Hawkins and Valentin do.
You know, they might actually be calling pitches as well. A lot of things could be happening. Raines is not going. A 2-2 pitch is lined towards left field. Lawton got a late break, but leaps and makes the catch. Looked like he misjudged it just a bit, but recovered in time to make the catch.
Matt Lawton finding out what it's like to play left field in Yankee Stadium on a day game. Brocious goes down, picks on a pretty good pitch down in the strike zone, and the athletic ability of Matt Lawton to react at the last moment, recovers and makes the grab.
And we saw him make a great catch in Rob Paul O'Neill earlier in this series. And that was over in right field. A little bit more ground to cover, a little bit more sun to look up into over in left.
Yankees hit and run first pitch last at bat with Girardi. Wouldn't be surprised to see him do it again.
This time they're going to toss over the first base and check on Raines.
Another example, wasn't it, of how Girardi, when he does get hits, they seem to be Like that 6-game triple in the 1996 World Series. They're always important.
Yeah, like that 5:05 train, right on time.
Yep.
Ball 1 to Girardi. That double by Girardi, the only extra base hit that the Yankees have this afternoon, and they do have 10 hits in the game. So they've reached double figures, but today it's been the ping attack. There's a toss to first to check on Raines again.
We're talking about the postseason discussion again in the clubhouse before the game with Mike Lupica was there. And I've just never heard it this early, and I think because the Texas Rangers are coming in, you're going to start to hear a lot more of who's going to play which team in postseason.
In the dirt, knocked down, and it's going to come out all the way to the mound. And Raines will scoot to second on the wild pitch. Looked like Hawkins got his spike caught up.
Exactly what he did. It was his kick foot, I think his front leg, and his spikes caught the mound. Let's see if we can pick it up. Yeah, right there. The back spike caught the mound before the front spike, lost his balance, and Valentin did well just to keep the ball from going to the backstop.
Meanwhile, Raines moves down to second, is now in scoring position, and the count is 2-0 on Joe Girardi. Mike Tremblay, one of the busier pitchers in the American League, is warming up in the bullpen for Minnesota. Girardi pops one up to the right side. The second baseman Walker seems to be under control and makes the catch for out number 2. Raines will hold at second. Girardi back to the dugout, and it'll bring up Chuck Knobloch at the top of the order for the Yankees. Chuck has picked on the shortstop this afternoon 3 times. He's grounded to short twice and popped out to short once.
He's getting his own grub. The boss could have sent any number of people to get it for him. Now handle it. Go back to the. Wonder how long it took him to wade through the autographs he was asked for at the concession stand.
Knobloch takes a slider up and away, ball 1. Yeah. Let's see what is on the menu for
what
boss.
Did Bruce Springsteen have for lunch? The food portion of our telecast here on MSG.
Oh, Cracker Jacks. No, is that the kid in front of it? Knobloch with a looper towards center field. Going to fall in for the base hit. Raines is rounding third. He will score. And the wild pitch will come back to haunt the Twins. It's 5-2 Yankees on an RBI single by Chuck Knobloch. Raines has now scored a couple of runs today.
Knobloch, after getting jammed in his first 3 at-bats, was a little more ready for that one. It wasn't hit hard, but hard enough. And Tom Kelly, whose starters only went 4 innings in the first 2 games of the series. Raines reads the ball off the bat, knows he can score easily. At least they get 5 2/3 out of Hawkins, which has been about his average on the year. Again, they took the ball off the fat of the bat. It's up near the trademark. But he got enough on it to get an RBI single.
Hawkins is out of the game. Knobloch's first hit of the series. We'll be back.
Damage, the first digital camera with a move and zoom lens. A 3-foot cable shoots over the crowd's head, behind your back. Shoot up a storm, then download only the best on your PC. Yes, Damage V, the digital camera with a fast break detachable lens, only from the mind of an author.
Nobody does it like you.
To deep clean your carpet and upholstery, you can get a Hoover Steam Vac Ultra and pay once. Or pay these guys
Nobody
every time.
does it like you.
And the game is just underway. The Yankees, however, seem to be short 1 player. Where is Tim Raines?
Raines, it's Coach. Where are you? The game starts.
Sorry, Coach. I was at Globe Motors. I got brand new Mercedes-Benz. She's a blast. I can't turn her off.
Snap out of it, Raines. Get here 5 minutes or out.
I can't leave you.
At cavatelli and a zesty tomato sauce.
This is my son.
Zesty tomato sauce.
The actor.
We have a
He's going to be
cavatelli
big.
with a zesty tomato
Very
sauce.
big.
Waiter.
Of course, it's going to take 4 years of acting school.
Excuse me.
At $100,000.
Hey!
That's $100,000. 5 zeros.
Good evening, madam. Ma'am, Ms. We have a cavatelli in a zesty tomato sauce.
He better be big.
Call for our new low rates.
2 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Yankees have scored and lead 5-2. Stay tuned, fans, for the controversy of the week in the postgame show. Brought to you by NAM, National Arbitration and Mediation, the most timely and cost-effective way to settle your legal disputes. And Al Troutlook and Michael Kay will guide you through it. All you have to do is punch up www.msgnetwork.com. Click on New York Sports Poll. Cast your vote for the controversy of the week. Raines accepting congratulations in the dugout. You see El Duque there. He'll be pitching tomorrow night against the Texas. Let's see him limbering up. He'll be pitching against the Texas Rangers in the first game of that 4-game series, and he will draw a good right-hander in Rick Helling. Tremblay, 72 in the 3rd inning, 67 hits. He was a 14th round draft pick by Minnesota as he faces Derek Jeter. Knobloch at first. Jeter takes the first pitch from Tremblay in there for a call strike.
Mike Tremblay, born where they have the Basketball Hall of Fame. He's a native of Springfield, Massachusetts. He's a Dookie. He went to Duke and has become a very effective relief pitcher. He has an outstanding curveball. See if he uses it here to Jeter. One of those good old-fashioned, not quite as good as Bert Blyleven, who was in the booth next to us, the Dutch master, but a pretty sharp hook.
I don't know if anybody had as good a curveball as Blyleven. Jeter swings and lashes it through the hole for a base hit. Knobloch turns. He's headed for 3rd, and Lawton will not throw. A hustling Chuck Knobloch goes from 1st to 3rd on a single by Jeter to left field. We'll have to see why Lawton couldn't get the ball to 3rd. Was it the fact that Gates was on the ground and the gates were closed?
Here is the curveball, Kenny, but it's not a good one. It hangs, and Jeter takes advantage of it. And with Gates full out, sprawled on the ground, Knobloch will read the ball, but right there, Lawton takes a little bit of time to come up with it. Let's see where Chuck's eyes go. They're on the left fielder, so he just sees that Lawton is having trouble getting a grip on the ball. And Hocking immediately alerting Gates, get over to 3rd base. Knobloch's on his way. Too late. But Chuck, with that aggressive play, that was done off Matt Lawton's inability to come up with the ball cleanly.
Paul O'Neill off the end of the bat, and it's going to go foul down the 3rd base side. You know, people ask what Knobloch is bringing to the Yankees. Now, he's scored, what, 85, 86 runs coming into today, but I think he sets the tone with plays like that. He's capable putting pressure on the defense, and then adds another guy to Jeter at the top of the order. Now, we all know that Knobloch has not really hit the way he would have liked. He came in with a 252 average today, but those are the sort of things that I think he's added to the Yankee ball club, and he's still scoring his runs. He will score over 100 this year. 1st and 3rd with 2 outs. O'Neill's had a couple of hits today, 2 for 3.
Knobloch, Kenny, has a little bit of that Pete Rose approach to the game. You know, you look at him and he doesn't, you know, not like a gazelle, a speed burner, yet he steals lots of bases, takes the extra base, head first slides.
Plenty of speed on the bases here. Like a changeup, and O'Neill swings through it. 0-2. You don't expect the Yankees to put on a play with O'Neill at the plate, though, when runners at 1st and 3rd.
You wouldn't think so, except Joe Torre might say, look, O'Neill's in a hole, 0-2. If Jeter takes off, if he does get thrown out, at least he gives O'Neill a fresh count as the heart of the order coming up in the 7th.
Both Knobloch and Jeter over 20 steals on the season. Not going to pitch O'Neill in the dirt. And Valentin stops that one. Well, the Twins pitchers have put some pressure on Javier Valentin today.
And you'll see Valentin on this pitch just kind of give up his body. He didn't really try to, you don't try to catch those, you just try to block them like a soccer goalie or a hockey goalie.
O'Neill swings, bouncing ball to the right side. Walker gets there and throws O'Neill out for the final out in the 6th inning. But the Yankees put another run on the board, and they pick up a couple of hits, or make that 3 hits. The end of 6, 5-2 New York.
Hit well, straightaway center field, and deep. It's gone.
They don't quit, folks.
Hey kids, are you a Rangers fan? Then you've got to join the Rangers Kids Fan Club presented by Modell Sporting Goods. Check out all the cool stuff you get. Rangers merchandise, a full-color team photo, school folder, bumper stickers, 4 annual newsletters, membership certificate and ID card, a personalized birthday card, and much more. Check out the fun. The Rangers Kids Club presented by Modell Sporting Goods. Call 201-784-9600 or register at your local Modell Sporting Goods. Join today.
August fires up a summer month of red-hot sports action on MSG Network, like New York Yankees baseball. Catch the unstoppable Bombers as they battle it out against the Rangers, Angels, and Mariners. Stay on top of all the latest team news, lineups, and features on MSG's comprehensive pregame show. Al Trutwig hosts New York City Marriott's Yankees Scorecard. The New York Liberty are in full swing on MSG. Catch Rebecca Lobo, Teresa Weatherspoon, and all the rest as they tip off against the Sting and the Mystics. Pro football is back on MSG. Don't miss the Giants training camp report and the Giants season preview. MetroStar Soccer has a big month in August. Catch all the action as they take on the Columbus Crew and the Dallas Ferns. See some of the biggest names and up-and-coming contenders as MSG brings you great boxing action. Don't miss MSG Thursday night at the fights. Plus, you can always get the latest scores, stories, and highlights on MSG Sports Desk and Fox Sports News. It's a great lineup of August sports action on MSG Network.
A lot of fans here at the stadium, and here's a look at the National Finance Corporation Sky Camp. National Finance Corporation homeowners, lower your monthly by phone at 1-800-LOAN-NFC. Nice panoramic view of the stadium, and Chad Curtis will now roam the pasture out and left. Tim Raines out of the ball game. And for the Twins, it's going to be the bottom part of their order, or make that the 9th hitter, Denny Hocking. He's flied to center and grounded to short. He's 0 for 2. David Cone now has a 3-run lead, as David Wells, last night's winner.
What's he voting on?
I don't know. What's on the menu there? It's a menu.
Oh, he's going to order room service. Yeah,
room service. Pitch to Hocking is a called strike.
So you have that menu in the dugout with a autographed baseball. You roll it up over the top, order your food. You trade a baseball for a food delivery.
Jambalaya. Yeah, what did that say? Pitch for a strike, 0-2.
Yeah, you can afford to be loose like that if you're in that dugout.
Cone ahead on the count, no balls and 2 strikes. The Hocking is leading off the 7th. Yeah, one of those afternoons. Enjoying yourself at the ballpark. The 0-2 pitch is up high.
Isn't that the Nat King Cole song about the lazy days of summer?
Lazy, hazy, crazy.
Crazy, yeah.
Crazy days of summer, which are rapidly coming to an end here. Oh, just missed. 2-2.
A little tougher to get strike 3 than it is strike 2, but Cone, since those first 2 innings, David has really been much more economical with his pitches.
Labor Day just down the road. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Off the end of the bat, right back to David Cone. Bounces off the mound, throws out the runner. There's 1 down.
You mentioned the pitching matchups tomorrow night. This whole weekend series could well be a preview of the division series with the Yankees and the Rangers. And Yankees will get a look at 2 new pitchers. Todd Stottlemyre, son of Mel Stottlemyre, will pitch on Saturday, and then a guy you saw in the National League, Esteban Loaiza. I don't know why the Pirates gave up a quality pitcher like that. He had a good outing last night.
He's got some good stuff. Young man from California. Top of the order, Otis Nixon.
Yeah, that was such a great division series in 1996, and nice slow curveball there by Cone. It was David Cone before the game reminiscing about that series.
Hey, how about 2 in a row?
Yeah, backed up the curve with another. See, a curveball is a touch and feel pitch, not a power pitch, and Cone has much more rhythm to his motion right now and better touch and feel as a result.
How about a high fastball out of the zone? That backdoor slider, ball and 2 strikes.
David Cone brought up the point that David Weathers earned his postseason share for the Yankees by getting out Juan Gonzalez in the '96 Division Series. About the only pitcher that got him out. And you might see a preview of those fireworks this weekend.
Off the end of the bat, once again, a comebacker. And Cone handles it perfectly. 2 up and 2 down. David Cone has allowed 1 hit in the last, let's see, 1, 2, 3 and 2/3 innings. That was a single to Ron Coomer. So after the early game troubles, it's kind of shut the door on the Twins.
He'd fall into that category of pitchers, get them early or you don't get them.
Oh, yeah. Seems to have the rhythm now. And Gates, as Cone tries to drop that curveball in there again. Gates making his 44th start at third base today. He's had 13 starts at second. Pitch for a call strike. Gates out of the University of Minnesota. There's a lot of Minnesota connections with this ball club.
Alumni game today for him.
Yep. Paul Molitor.
Steinbach.
Yeah. Keeping the local guys on board or going out and getting them when they have a chance.
In Steinbach's case, from New Ulm and Paul Molitor, they had a choice. They wanted to go back home and play because that's where they live. Terry has always wanted to live there in the offseason since his days with Oakland.
Gates with a hard ground ball to Knobloch. 3 ground ball outs this inning. And Cone has yet another 1, 2, 3 inning. We've played 6.5. We're headed to the 7th inning stretch. The fans are getting on their feet here at the stadium. They're happy the Yankees lead.
Ultimate Derek Jeter dream date. First you call a girl. Tell her that you're preparing a perfect candlelight dinner for her. I throw in some R&B. I can't cook, so I'll order some food. Tell them to give me the works and put it on my Discover card. Splash on a little cologne. Throw on your apron. The Discover card cashback bonus is the icing on the cake. What else would she want to do but to watch highlights of us winning the World Series in 1996?
It pays to Discover. To apply, call 1-800-IT-PAYS-TO. Accepted where you see the Novus sign.
Paying too much for car insurance isn't any smarter. Geico. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Buy direct from Geico and you can drop a very expensive person from your car insurance policy. The middleman. Geico. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Have you heard the news? KFC introduces new Extra Crispy Chicken. It's the crispiest, crunchiest KFC chicken yet. Now get 10 pieces of Extra Crispy for only $8.99. Isn't it time for some really crispy chicken?
That kind of sums up the series that we've had. Yankee Twins. And it's been the Yankees. They've won the first 2. They lead in this one.
It's an old cap he's got. Didn't it say wild card? Yankee wild card on there. 95.
Bernie Williams will lead it off at the bottom of the 7th. The fans settling back into their seats following the 7th inning stretch. Bernie with the base hit now extended a hitting streak to 14 games. 2 weeks worth of hitting. Williams, Martinez, and Strawberry to face Mike Tremblay.
Boy, they are with the Yankees winning so easily. They're getting a little bored in the stands, and with their spare time, getting a little creative with the headgear.
Chases a 2-seamer, which moves away from him for strike 1. Our American Express quote book. It's too early to start thinking about it. We have 2 weeks left in the season. We may have something going here. Bernie Williams on the possibility of winning the batting title. We may have something going.
And a switch hitting batting champion.
Yeah. That's a ball and a strike.
And at the same time, with Tino waiting on deck, we could see something happen with the Mets that has never happened in baseball. John Olerud could win a batting title in each league. He wins the title for the Mets this year. He's leading right now. There are the switch hitters. Mickey did it twice. Miguel Delaney. Now there's a name from the past.
Wow.
I think that was with the Indians that year, 1980. And then Willie Wilson and Buck Weaver.
There's a look at Mickey Mantle.
Commerce Comet.
Most powerful switch hitter ever. Bernie lifts one in the air to left field and fairly deep. Lawton going back to the warning track. Looks up and leaps, and it is gone. A home run for Bernie Williams. Six to 2 Yankees. Lawton with a great effort out there in left field. We weren't sure if he came up with it or not, but he did not. And Bernie Williams, maybe another leg up on that batting time.
14th straight game the Yankees have hit a home run, and I don't think Bernie felt it was a home run when it left the bat. This is the effort you talked about. Great look at the athletic ability of Matt Lawton. Does everything he can. You see it did get, as you say, Kenny, the business end of the bat. It looks like it caught the sweet spot. But I think he was aided a little bit. We can feel the breeze up here in the press box. Another look at Lawton's effort. Takes a quick check of the wall. Full out extension, and maybe by a foot, maybe by the size of a baseball glove. He missed it. And there again is the bat, the knob of the bat. The flags are blowing in, but the ball is carrying to left field.
And it all adds up to the 16th home run of the year for Bernie Williams. And the Yankees have extended their lead to 4. Here's Tino Martinez. Working on a 1-for-3 afternoon. And it's ball 4.
Just to show everyone a little versatility and how well-rounded the lineup is. The last 2 games, the last several have been blowouts, right? They blow out the opposition early. Now, today a little different flavor. Tight early, and then they're tacking on a little bit late. And that just further demoralizes the opposition.
That is the first walk that the Yankees have received this afternoon. It brings up Darryl Strawberry, who has singled twice and flied to fairly deep center field. And jumps ahead on the count, a ball and no strikes.
Heard the reaction in the background, the chant we're used to hearing for Darryl. The impact he has on a crowd. With the Yankees up by 4, Kenny, 7th inning, and it has been a good crowd, but watch how many people leave the ballpark after this inning is over, because you know they're sitting there saying, hey, the Yankees are up by 4, time to go. Now I want to see Strawberry hit one more time.
Yep. In the dirt, 2 balls and a strike. Now Reggie Jackson was here earlier. He had the same effect about 20 years ago, and people came out to see his prodigious blast. Strawberry chases one, and that will level the count off at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good movement on that pitch by Tremblay.
Along with the curveball, Mike has added an off-speed pitch, and there it is right there. Looked like a splitter, had that tumbling effect, end over end.
There's another one in the dirt, gets away from Valentin, and Tino Martinez will trot down to second. That's going to be another wild pitch. This time charged to Mike Tremblay.
Twins have walked the fewest hitters in the league, but it's these wild pitches. You pointed out Hawkins. That one was blocked by Valentin, and even though it's a wild pitch, it's a ball that I'm sure he feels he should have blocked. But the Yankees have taken advantage of each one of those wild pitches.
And trying to do so here with Tino Martinez at second now. There's nobody out. Darrell foul tips it, held on by Javier Valentin, and Darrell has struck out. And once again, that pitch is the down and away movement to a left-handed hitter from Mike Tremblay.
Again, it had almost a split finger spin or like a knuckle curve, like a Mike Messina changeup. It's we're seeing one of the reasons, despite the home run he gave up, why Tremblay was sought after by a lot of ball clubs that are in contention to work out of the bullpen.
Chad Curtis with his first at bat of the afternoon. He took over for Raines defensively in left field, and good breaking ball for a call strike. A good curve that Jim Cott pointed out. There is the former Cincinnati Red, Hector Carrasco.
Another live arm.
Yeah, he's got some fire.
Projected at one time to be the closer for the Reds several years ago.
He was also projected to be the next Jose Rijo. Neither one of them had happened. Foul tipped off of Valentin, and it's 0-2 on Curtis.
There's that tumbling spin right off the that. There is some padding there, but if you listen to catchers, they'll tell you they still feel it. You know, right on the point of that bone in the shoulder. That's why they added that little extra pad to the chest protector. Joe Torre and Jorge Posada know that feeling pretty well.
Curtis in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. And the count will remain so as he fouls one to the upper deck. The Yankees trying to put another one in the win column, which means they would sweep 2 consecutive home series here. 4 from the Royals and then 3 from the Twins, and give them their latest, keep their latest winning streak going and extend it to 7.
And they're already posting the magic number. The magic number is down to 30 to win the American League East. The Yankees, they could clinch a little after Labor Day.
Pulled foul into the camera bay, and Curtis trying to hang tough with the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Yeah. That gets some equipment there.
Get those expensive lenses out of the way.
Go to that backup. Curtis lifts one in the air to right field. This too will make the seats. He's having a heck of a bat. The ball goes out of play. Scramble for the souvenir, and that man came up with it. Look at the Yankee box score. This is Curtis's first at bat. O'Neill, Williams, Strawberry, all with a couple of hits apiece.
Everybody got their invitation. Right?
Yeah, today they did. Raines, who left the game, had 2 hits. The Yankees have 13 hits on the board total. There's the first pitch out of the zone, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
With the Baltimore Orioles back in the race, Kenny, one of the things that's going to have an influence on postseason play, and I would think the Yankees would hope that Baltimore does make a race out of that wild card. If they have to use Pedro Martinez a great deal near the end of the year, that's going to affect Boston, who will be a very dangerous team in postseason. That might affect their fortunes.
Curtis lifts one in the air down the right field line. Coomer coming over, and yet another foul ball. Now earlier this year there was an at bat against Bartolo Colon. Ricky Gutierrez of the Houston Astros had a 10-minute at bat against Bartolo Colon.
Bender's delight.
He had 20 foul balls, and he eventually struck out. Best team ever. Curtis said, now it's not 10 minutes yet, but
he's working on it.
Yeah, he's working on it. The meter is running. Imagine fouling off. I think he fouled off 14 pitches.
And you can see what it's done to Valentin. And he said, hey, we've tried a little of everything. Got any new thoughts?
Let's see. Give him a little wrinkle, a 1 and a 2. Whoa, give him one of those. That'll get his attention. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That was that off-speed pitch, either a knuckle curve or a splitter. You could see him go into his glove, and he kind of flicks it like Messina does, and that one just got away. There was no intent on this pitch. You can see the tumbling action on the ball.
Nice play by Javier Valentin just to get to it. That looks like the same sign to me. Call strike 3. And it seemed to be the knuckle curve or the sharp breaking ball that he had just previously miscontrolled. This one right on the money.
Check Chad Curtis's front knee. The old jelly leg. And that's what that good curveball. Let's just check the knee right there. Up, see, buckle back a little, and that's what that good hook will do to you. But it was a terrific at-bat, fighting off a lot of those good fastballs.
2 outs now. Runner at second for Scott Brocious. Strike 1 on Scott, who had his 70th run batted in back in the 4th inning. And that was when the Yankees scored 4 of their 6 runs. Tino Martinez down at second with 2 outs. This one hangs. It's hit deep to left center field. Lawton on the run. He looks up. This one is gone. A home run for Scott Brocious. The Yankees tack on 2 more. He has homered 4 out of 5 days. Number 14 on the season, and now has 3 RBIs today and 72 on the year. The bottom of the lineup strikes again.
When they build new stadiums, the hanging curve Brocious takes advantage of, and they consider some of the teams of the 90s, they've got to make them bigger. I mean, these hitters today make these ballparks look awfully small. That was just a line drive that Brocious hit.
Yeah, but Kitty, people come out to see runs score.
Oh, they do.
Yeah,
they do. But you think of Yankee Stadium as where they hit those long, majestic, like Mantle and Maris did. But this Yankee team this year is just making this ballpark look small.
Here's a look at it again.
The old hanger right up there about belt tie. Hitter will, the most recognizable pitch is that hanging breaking ball.
And the Yankees, now with 3 here in the 7th, have extended their lead to 8-2, have 14 hits in the ball game, and have hit 2 home runs this inning. Girardi with a line drive to right. It's going to drop in front of Coomer for a base hit. Girardi's 2nd hit of the day. 15 now for the Yankees in the game as they're starting to get to Mike Tremblay, and Tom Kelly's going to come out to the mound.
That officially makes it a Rick Dees day. 15 hits. And the Twins relief pitchers really have done a good job. The Yankees have blown out the starters today. A little turnaround, and Scott Brocious rapidly approaching all-time totals in his career for home runs and RBIs.
Bernie Williams has also hit 1. We'll be back. Yankees lead.
He had the most beautiful swing. It was like nothing I had ever seen before.
He would practice all the time.
Broke every window in the neighborhood.
He went on to do things with physics I didn't think possible.
When you're using an American Express card, nothing's out of bounds. Boundaries for golf, not life.
With Snapple's new Win Nothing Instantly game, the desire to win nothing is starting to catch on.
That's it, number 7. Stay back there, number 7. Way to lose, Smitty!
With over 1 million prizes of nothing like no rent and no phone bill hiding under Snapple caps, you'll never look at winning nothing the same way again.
Yeah!
0.0, 0.0. The best stuff.
You're all set. Have a pleasant flight.
Great. Here you are, sir. A two-door spec.
Spec?
Our junior executive suite.
Supersize me.
Sure, what would you like?
I don't care. Just supersize me.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
The Yankees have stretched out the lead to 8-2, and you'll want to catch all the action when the Yankees battle the Texas Rangers for 4 games on Thursday, August 13th, and Friday, August 14th, both at 7:30. Then on Saturday, August 5th, we'll make that 15th at 1 o'clock, and Sunday, August 16th at 1:30. On Saturday the 15th, all fans will receive a 1958 World Series replica pin, compliments of Chase Manhattan Bank. Tickets are available now at the stadium through Ticketmaster, the Yankee Clubhouse stores, and on the web at www.yankees.com. Mike Trombley into the dugout after the evening was hit. Wow. He's not too happy.
Did you read his lips? He said, "Don't tell me that." And you've been on teams before. Your teammates mean well. They come over and they give you that, hang with them. Just, get them next time. And you say, "I'm tired of next time. I'm tired of hanging with them." Don't be telling me that. That's exactly what Trombley, you read his lips. He said, "Don't tell me that."
Was that Dan Nolte who came over?
Yeah.
Hector Carrasco making his 43rd appearance. Picked up a save along the way. He's facing Chuck Knobloch here with 2 outs. 3 runs in for the Yankees in the 7th. He's got a good live fastball, but he misses with the first 2, and the count goes to 2-0. Don't tell me that, huh?
Yeah. Don't say that to me. You find out when you play with a guy for a while which ones you can go over and say, hang with him, get him next time, and others that, like, I don't know if I'd say that to Paul O'Neill a lot if he went 0 for 4.
Grounded foul over the Twins dugout. Oh, nice play, right? And as usual, the guy who tried to make the play originally did not get the ball. Knobloch had the first hit of this series, his first hit back in the 6th, drove in a run. Now back 2-2. Yankees scored 4 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th, and 3 more here in the 7th.
We can continue to call them the Bronx Bombers. For a long time, the story was how well the Yankees played without a lot of home runs. They've hit 30 in their last 14 games, better than 2 a game, and 14 consecutive games they've left the ballpark. Yep, they sure do.
We'll count on Knobloch if they rock it again this afternoon. The Yankees would be 45-8 here at the stadium. That is unbelievable. Girardi's first base with 2 down. Not being held on. Well, the Yankees up by 6. Payoff pitch to Knobloch. Breaking ball grounded, just foul down the third base side. We'll do it again.
Now this weekend the competition will be a little stiffer, and that'll be an interesting thing for fans to watch, because Yankee fans know if there's one guy in that Texas lineup that has just owned the Yankees, it's Juan Gonzalez. Likes hitting here at the stadium, and they come in with Will Clark, and once they get their pitching straightened out, they're a much better ball club than they've shown in the last couple of weeks.
A good chance to see Royce Clayton, the new shortstop. Up high, ball 4. Knobloch has drawn a walk. Inning continues now, 2 on with 2 outs.
All come apart for this Twins pen in the last inning. Also might point out that Yankee pitchers would appreciate hearing Gonzalez has been day to day with a stiff neck, but when he walks out of that dugout at Yankee Stadium, that neck's going to feel real good.
He might be able to move that neck like Linda Blair did in The Exorcist. Just spin it right around, feeling that good. Here is Jeter. Singled his last time up. Extended a hitting streak to a mild 5 games in a row. Good slider, swung on and missed, strike 1.
Speaking of home run power, Kenny, Derek's good buddy Alex Rodriguez hit his 36th home run today. That's the 100th of his career. He's the 4th youngest player to do that. Graham Lloyd's going to get a little work in today. About these names: Mel Ott, Tony Conigliaro, and Eddie Matthews. The other 3 that got to 100 at a younger age than A-Rod.
Mel Ott, Eddie Matthews, and
Tony Conigliaro.
Okay, 2 left-handed hitters in there.
Right. And a third baseman, which you consider a power hitter.
But not a shortstop among them.
Right.
Jeter with a ground ball to the right side for Walker, who straightens up, throws Jeter out. And the Yankees are finally retired here in the 7th inning, but not before they scored 3 runs, including a couple of home runs, 1 by Scott Brocious and 1 by Bernie Williams. To the 8th inning, Yankees up by 6.
Nobody does it like you.
To deep clean your carpet and upholstery, you can get a Hoover Steam Vac Ultra and pay once. Or pay these guys
Nobody
every time.
does it like you.
Where can I get Bell Atlantic mobile wireless service? I know I saw a store around here somewhere. Wait a minute. I can go to any Nobody Beats the Whiz location. That's where I can get the best wireless values in New York and New Jersey. Like Digital Choice service with price plans that start as low as $29.99 a month. Plus, the first minute of every incoming local call is free. And I know there's a store right over here.
Bell Atlantic mobile service is now at Nobody Beats the Whiz, a Cablevision company.